I survived 100 days on Minecraft Hardcore 1.19. In that 100 days I gathered a very good armor and a lot of other good tools. I make a big starter base with a trading area, and in final I beat the Warden and I start to prepare the deep dark city for a giant base. Enjoy! Day 1. In the morning I start to collect some wood. After I gather some wood I will start to explore, because I need food and a bed for the night, and I found a portal ruin. And here I found a fire charge and a helmet with mending. I took that and I think it's a good idea to start to make some tools. I make some stone tools, luck come to me and I found a village. I explored the entire village and that's the old stuff which I found. I found some pumpkin here and I think it's a good idea to collect that. I make a boat and I go to explore. And here I found an igloo. And here unfortunately it's nothing, but I think it's a good idea to took the furnace. To the end of the day I found a shipwreck, but I will spend the night here. Day 2. In the morning I go directly to explore that shipwreck. And here I found the first diamond. And I get the first diamond. I made the diamond achievement, but I don't have any iron ingot in my inventory, and now I have some iron, some gold, some emeralds and a lot of other. Very close to that shipwreck I see another shipwreck in the farther, and that is an entire shipwreck. And I got a lot of more iron, that's very good. Another chest with a lot of stuff. I need the wheat, the carrot, the potatoes, the coal and the treasure map. In my journey to the treasure I found some pig and I decided to kill that because I need a lot of food. After a long journey finally I arrived to the treasure and now I go to explore the treasure. I found a heart of sea, that's very good, some gold, some iron. I arrived to the portal ruin and here I found a chest plate with unbreaking 3, that's good. And now I have a little armor. Day 3. I start the day by continuing to explore to find a good place for me. In the farther I see a woodland mansion, that's incredible, that's very close to the spawn. And I think it's a good idea to make a little base around that woodland mansion. And I'm very close to that, but I don't want to go in that because in that is some evoker, pillagers and other very dangerous mobs. And I think that I don't have a too good armor to go in that mansion. But I think it's a good idea to make a little starter base right here. I made the chest, I place down here and I leave a lot of items in that chest. That I think it's a good idea to make iron axe because I need to cut down some trees from here to make some space. After I finish to make some space here, the night is here. Day 4. That morning I thinking to make a little farming area here because I need more food and I don't have too much. And I start to prepare a little farming area here. And after some times I finish to set up a little farming area. And I make a lot of space here. I think it's a good idea to make an iron pickaxe and the chest plate for the iron which I have. And now I have some better tools. I found a giant cave and now I will go to explore a little bit because I need some iron. I found a bigger cave and some iron here and I collect that very fast because here is some zombie. And I need that iron very fast and a lot of more iron here. To the end of the day I gather 4 pieces of iron and I continue to work a little bit on the farming area. Day 5. I took my iron and I think it's a good idea to make some shoes. And I place the iron boots on me. And now I continue to explore because it's a better way to get a lot of materials from the shipwreck. And I found the first shipwreck and in the first one I get some iron and a lot of other things. Here I found another treasure map and I go to explore that. And after some times I found the treasure. I found a lot of gold, some iron, another diamond, some cooked salmon, heart of sea, another sword, that's a good stuff, some food. I found another shipwreck, I found another treasure map and I will go to explore that, but firstly I want to see what I can find in the next chest. Some wood, that's very good, some coal. I found another chest with a lot of iron, some emeralds, and I found a treasure and I get a lot of more iron, more food, another heart of sea. I am very lucky and to the end of the day I get a lot of iron ingot. Day 6. In the morning I arrive home from my journey. That was incredible. A creeper explode behind me. I'm very lucky because I don't die. That's literally incredible. I was very close to die. I leave my diamond here. I make some leggies and a helmet. I list some more items here. I place the leggings and the helmet on me, and after that I go to continue to farming here. And now I will start to make a mine here, because I need some diamonds to make a full diamond armor. And after a lot of time I found some iron. That's incredible, the first piece of iron after a lot of mining. Day 7. In the morning I start to make 2 more iron pickaxe because I want to go back to mine for a lot of diamonds. After a lot of time I arrive to the deep slate. I found a lush cave and I will go to explore that. I found the first piece of diamond and I gathered 5 diamonds. I found more 2 diamonds. Here was a very hot situation. I collect a lot of more diamonds and some skeleton are attack me. Again I found some diamonds, and after some minutes I found some more diamonds and I collect that very fast, but the skeleton are attack me and another one right there. Day 8. In the morning I arrived back to the surface with a lot of diamonds. I took my old diamonds and the first thing is to make a diamond pickaxe, diamond chestplate and the diamond shoes. And I make a better armor. Cause I don't have too much food, I go back to farming. And after that I will start to expand the farming area. And to the end of the day I made 2 more farming area. Day 9. In the morning I make some more torches and the shield, and after that I go back in my mine to gather more diamonds for a little bit, and I found some diamond here, and after a little bit time I found here 2 chests. Golden apple, that's very good, some food, pumpkin seed, that's interesting, and I will take that. I found some more diamonds and another one. I found another minecart where I found a name tag that I found some diamond piece here. Another 2 diamonds here, that's very good. Another 2 diamonds here, more 2 diamonds here. To the end of the day I gathered 28 diamonds, that's incredible. Day 10. I started a day in that mine by going back to the surface. I found here a little friend and I took that. It's a white axolotl. And here is a diamond, really? And now I will start to complete my armor to be a full diamond armor. And now I'm full diamond. And now I will continue to farming here because I need more food. In the morning, I make a bow and I think it's the time to go to that woodland mansion to get some totems. I go in that woodland mansion and I hope that I don't die, and I found here an evoker. And I hope that I will get a totem from that. Unfortunately he spawned some wax, which is very dangerous. Very dangerous stuff for me and I don't want to die, so I run. I run. Finally, after a lot of time, I get that totem and I make and it's a good idea to place the totem in my hand. In that day I will start to prepare a location for my axolotl, but firstly I will start to collect some sand. I place the sand to smelt and I start to work on that. And now I have a little location here for my friend the axolotl. And after a little bit time I found a good place to collect some obsidian. And after a little bit time I gathered 10 pieces of obsidian. When I arrive to the surface I continue to farming a little bit. In the morning I start to make a portal to the nether. In the morning I start to collect my all potatoes. I took my all important items and I coach my axolotl friend. I say goodbye to my place and I go in a long journey to find a better place for me. The end of the day is here and he found me on the ocean. I started a day on the ocean by traveling and I found here a very interesting location. And here is a village. I arrive in the village and I start to lock the villagers in their houses. So it's enough, but I want to lock more villagers in their houses because I want to be sure about I don't lose the old villager. And that's a very interesting location. I think that I will settle here. I found a lot of apples in that chest. I meet with a wandering trader. After a little bit time I found here a bee nest and some bee, and I think it's a good idea to lock that bee in that bee nest. I have 1 bee in that bee nest and now I have 2 bee in that bee nest. That's a very beautiful location and I will try to get a good place for my starter base. I think I decided that's a good place for a starter base. And now I will start to make a little bit terraforming and I work here until to the end of the day. In the morning I will start to work on some farming place. I finished to prepare a place and I broke an iron hoe. Sometimes I finished to plant a lot of potatoes, some carrots, some wheat, and here is pumpkin, I think. That giant tree, I grow up and I go to cut down that. The end of the day is here and I finish to cut down that giant tree, and after that I will plant a lot of more here because it's probably that in the future I will need a lot of more wood. In the morning I start to make here a little tree farm. I will start to work on a mine here. I work until to the end of the night and finally I arrive to the deep slate. I continue to mine in the same location where I finished to mine in the previous day. I arrived down to the bedrock and here, very close to my tunnel, I found some diamonds. That's incredible, and I go to took that very fast, and here is so much diamond. How many diamonds here? 8? I think here was 8 diamonds. That's incredible. Yeah, 8 diamonds. When I arrive to the surface, I have a lot of crops here and I start to collect that. I make some stairs because I want to place a lot of stairs in my mine. And I start to place the stairs, and after a little bit time I finish to place the all stairs in my mine. After that I made a furnace and I place some potatoes to smelt. And now I think it's a good idea to go to the caves to explore that because I need a lot of coal. And I found some coal. In the morning I start to collect again my potatoes because I need a lot of food, and that's an incredibly good way to get a lot of. After a little bit time I collect my all crops and I place some more potatoes to smelt. In the next part of the day I decided me to start to work on a villager farm. I made a big part of the farm and now I need some dirt and some glass. The end of the day is here and I gather some glass. In the morning I start to collect some dirt for the villager farm. And now a big part of that villager farm is ready for the villagers. I stay until the night and I gather the all beds which I need to the villager farm. Firstly I collect my potatoes and I gather so much. And after a lot of time finally I finish to make the entire villager farm. Now the only stuff is to go with some villagers here, and that farm will start to produce me a lot of villagers. In the morning I decided me to go to chop down some giant tree. I chopped down 2 giant trees and now I will start to work on the tube from the village to my villager farm to transport some villagers. I finished to make that tube from the village to the villager farm, and here in that little house I have 2 villagers, and that's the perfect spot to move that villagers to the villager farm. And I start to move that, and the villagers are go to sleep. I start my day with my villagers, and now I will give to that some potatoes. And now that villager I need to start to multiply, and as you can see that farm are work perfectly. And the first little villager is here. I gather a lot of potatoes from my farm and I will give that again to my villagers. At the end of the day I finish to remove that tube, and here I have 2 villagers. In that day I decided me to go back to my mine because I need some calcite. Here is some diamonds, and here I found the first geode which I found. My diamond pickaxe are broke. And now I need to go back to the surface, but I collect a lot of calcite. 5 stacks of calcite. That's incredible how many calcite is in one single geode. After I get in the previous day that materials, I will start to work on the starter base right here. I spend some time to collect dirt, and at the end of the day I gather a lot of dirt. In the morning I start to continue to work on my starter base. And I start that by placing a lot of dirt. After some time I finish to surround the calcite with some dirt, and now I will surround again the dirt with some calcite. After that I start to surround again the calcite with another 4 blocks of dirt. I work on the entire day, and at the end of the day I finish to make a big part of the outside of that starter base. In the morning I start to collect more dirt directly under my starter base because here I will make some buildings and I can use that for the outside of my starter base. And after that I start to surround the dirt again with calcite. And to the end of the day I finish to make a big part of the outside. In the morning I go down in the deep to collect more calcite. After some time I finish to collect the all calcite which are here. I finish to surround that with calcite, and now I will start to make a little bit terraforming here because I need a little bit space. And to the end of the day I finish to make some terraforming here. And that's another day when I will make a lot of terraforming around my future starter base. The end of the day is here and I finish to make a lot of terraforming around my future starter base. In the day I will start to continue to work on my starter base to make the exterior design. I finish a big part of the exterior and that look like very interesting. And now I will start to light the interior of that starter base. To the end of the day I finish to light the entire interior and I finish to make a little bit terraforming here. here. Morning, I start to work on some place for my villagers because I want to make a little trading area in my starter base. The end of the day is here and I finish to set up a location for my villagers, and I make a little tunnel which I will transport my villagers. I start a day in that mine because I need iron for my cars and rails to transport the villagers. The end of the day is here and I gather a lot of iron. In the morning I place my ore iron to smelt, and after that I go to collect my old potatoes. After some times, I collect my potatoes and I gather so much potatoes. In the morning, I continue to transport more villagers to the future trading area. A creeper exploded behind me and I was very close to die, but I'm very lucky because I have the totem. I found here a lava pool and I start to collect some obsidian. I made the portal, I turn on that and I go back to my old base to gather another totem. And after a little bit time, I found my old portal. I arrive back to my old base and I will go to gather another totem and I beat some pillagers. But I need an evoker for a totem. And I found an evoker. It's very hard to beat that. And I beat the evoker. And I get another totem. And now I will broke some block here because I want to prepare that location, because it's possible in the future I will beat another evoker exactly here, and I want to have a good place to beat that very easy. And to the end of the day I finish to move some more villagers. Day 39. I wake up early in the morning and I start to continue to move some more villagers to the future trading area. After some time I finish to transport all villagers which I need to that trading area, and now I will go to collect some sugarcane and some book from that village. In the day I try to get a lot of bookshelves. I explore a little bit and I found that porter ruin. After a lot of searching I found here some cows. I took that and I go with that directly home. In the morning I continue to transport my cows to home, but I see some more cows here and I go to coach that. And finally after some times I arrive home with my old cows. I collect my old wheat because I need that for my animals, and after that I think it's a good idea to make some farmer villagers, because in the future in that way I will can get a lot of emeralds from my villagers. And I start to change the trade because I need some better trades like potatoes or carrots. That's an okay trade, and I go to collect my carrots. And I gather another villagers with potato trades. In the morning I start to multiply again my cows, and after that I go to collect my old potatoes. And after that I start to extend again the farming area so I can get more potatoes. And after some time I finish to extend the potato farming area. Now I will go to my villagers to sell the remaining potatoes. And to the end of the day I make another farmer villagers. In the morning I decided me to move the portal here and to make a little storage around the portal. I finished to move the portal in my starter base, and now I need to go back in the mine to collect more calcite because I remain without any piece. I found another geode and I start to collect the calcite. In the morning I continue to work in my starter base to make a little storage around the portal. I collect my sugarcane and after that I replant my sugarcane. I prepare the location for the chest and I start to work on that. And after some time I finish to make a little design on the interior of that starter base and the half of the storage. In the morning I go to chop down that giant tree because I need more wood to continue to make the storage for my starter base. And after some time I finish to make the storage of my starter base. In the end of the day I multiply my cows, and after that I start to beat some because I need leather for some bookshelf. I go to collect my old sugarcane. I start to make the first book, some bookshelf, and after that some lectern. And after that I start to place the lectern to see what enchant I can get from that villagers. Firstly, I need protection 4 and unbreaking 3, and I try to get that from that villagers. After a little bit time I got an incredibly good enchant, protection 4 for only 20 emeralds. That's literally incredible. And I buy that book to block the trade. After a lot of more time, finally I found blast protection 4. In the morning I start to collect my ore crops. After I collect my ore crops I go to my villagers to sell that. And now I go to my villagers to get unbreaking 3 and mend. Found here efficiency 5. I think that I need unbreaking 3 and mending, but that's incredible and I can't say no to that. I place one more lectern and the first trade is mending for 16 emeralds. That's incredible, and instantly I buy a book with mending. In the morning I go to my villagers and I try to get unbreaking 3 from that. Spend the entire day here to get unbreaking 3 and unfortunately I don't get. Because I don't get unbreaking 3 I think it's a good idea to block that Unbreaking 2. In that day I will try again to get Unbreaking 3. I spent another entire day to trying to get Unbreaking 3 from that villagers, and unfortunately I don't get Unbreaking 3, and I don't want to lose more time by trying to get Unbreaking 3, so it's okay, that's Unbreaking 2. In the morning I decided me to make another raiding area in the opposite direction of that little starter base. I returned to the jail to collect some smooth basalt and college it because I need that to continue my starter base. And to the end of the day I finished to prepare another place for a trading area. In the morning I started to work on another tunnel to move more villagers in the opposite direction of the first trading area. The end of the day is here and I arrive with 4 villagers to the future trading area. I continue to transport more villagers to the trading area. The end of the day is here and finally I finished to move the all villagers which I need to that trading area. I start the day by making some new diamond tools. And now I will start to work on the center part of that starter base. At the end of the day I finish to make the floor of my starter base. In the morning I start to collect my all crops. After some time I finish to collect and replace the all crops and I gather a lot of potatoes, a lot of wheat, and I go to sell that to my villagers. And I start to sell my all crops to my villagers. After that I return to my geode and I start to collect smooth basalt and calcite. In that day I start to work again on the interior of that starter base. End of the day is here and I finish to dig a giant hole in the center of my starter base. In the morning I continue to work on the center of my starter base. After a little bit time I start to work on the design of that habitat for my axolotl. I wake up early in the morning and I decided me to go back to my first base, which is around the woodland mansion, because I need some lush cave stuff for that little location which I will make it that starter base for my axolotl. I arrive back to my first base, which is around the woodland mansion, and now I will go down in my mine to collect some lush cave stuff. By mistake I found some diamonds here and I collect that very fast. That's very interesting. I found some diamonds. I found a lot of diamonds. How is that possible? That's literally incredible. That's literally incredible. How many diamonds I found here? 10 diamonds and this more. That's incredible. 14 piece of diamond for a single location. 40 piece of diamonds. That's literally incredible. If you want to check that, I will leave the seed and the coordinates in the description. After I gather a lot of lush cave stuff, I will start to work on that special place for my axolotl. I get on my boat and I try to find some warp potion because I need sea pickles to lighting the special location for my axolotl. I found some sea pickles and I start to collect that. In my journey to home I found that village and I found a lot of good items here. I arrive home and I start to place the sea pickles in the water to lighten that entire area. And after that I place here my little axolotl friend. And he are very happy with his new home. That day I decided me to make a good pickaxe to start to mine a netherite. Now I start to beat my alcoves because I need a lot of leathers to make books. And now I start to gather some very good enchants to my future pickaxe. That's efficiency 5, it's an incredibly good enchant. I collect and I replant the all potatoes because I need that to sell my villagers to get more emeralds. I gather enough emeralds to buy 2 books with Unbreaking 3. And now I will need an anvil to make a very good pickaxe. In the morning I start to make some furnaces. And I start to place that right here. In the previous night I get some iron and I place that to smelt. After I gather some iron I make some iron blocks and now I can make an anvil. I make Unbreaking 3. I place the efficiency 5. Unbreaking 3. And mending on my diamond pickaxe, and that's an incredibly good pickaxe. And now I will go in Nether to repair that pickaxe with XP from mining quartz, and I finish to repair my diamond pickaxe with efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3 and mending. That's a very good pickaxe. Day 62 in the morning I start to collect my ore crops and after that I will replant that. I go to my villagers to sell that. And I start to make a mine direct to the bedrock because I want to gather a lot of ancient debris. I mine randomly down and I found here a wither skeleton. That's a little bit weird. And I'm very curious if I get a wither skull, I think. No, I didn't get any wither skull. That was a very hot situation. And here is an ancient debris. I remain only in 1 heart and a half. And I took the first piece of ancient debris and I make a big achievement. Now I will continue to mine for ancient debris. That's not the best way to find some ancient debris, but unfortunately I don't have any piece of TNT and I don't want to risk my life with bats. I found another piece of ancient debris. I found another piece of ancient debris, and I think that's enough to upgrade my pickaxe to a netherite pickaxe. I arrive back in the overworld, I place my ancient debris to smelt, I make a smithing table, and I transform my diamond pickaxe with efficiency 5 into a netherite pickaxe with efficiency 5. And now I have a very good pickaxe. And I go back in nether to get more netherite scarp. I mine for a lot of time and I make here a giant hole in that nether, and I got 30 pieces of ancient debris. That's good for that day. I spent a lot of time by mining and finally I have enough piece of ancient debris to make a full armor and a sword. And now I will start to repair my netherite pickaxe by collecting quartz. To the end of the day, I return in the overworld and I repair my netherite pickaxe. I arrive back from the nether and I place my ancient debris to smelt. Now I will start to gather the all enchants which I need for my armor from that villagers. To the end of the day, I gather some protection 4, unbreaking through and another mending. In the morning, I think it's a good idea to plant some melon in that part of the farm. And I start to plant the melon. In the morning, I collect my all netherite scarp. I make 3 stone cutters and I place that in the front of that villagers because I think it's a good idea to sell clay for emerald. I have some clay and I start to sell that to that villagers. At the end of the day, I gather some more mending and another book of unbreaking tree, and now I need more 5 book of unbreaking tree. I return to my old base because I need some clay, and from here I can get a lot of clay to sell my villagers and get a lot of emeralds, and I start to collect the clay. After I spend some time here, I fill up my entire inventory with clay. When I arrive home, I go directly to my villagers and I start to sell a lot of clay to that. After some times, I get the old book which I need to make a very good armor, and firstly I start to make some unbreaking tree. And now I start to place the all enchants on my armor. For that I go back in nether and I start to mine quartz to get XP. The end of the day is here, I gather a lot of XP and now I can place that mending on my helmet, and now I have a very good helmet and I transform my diamond helmet into a netherite helmet. Now I have the first netherite piece of armor. In the morning I start to work on my shoes. I place protection 4 on that, breaking 3, after that mending. And now I transform my shoes into a netherite shoes. And now I will go back in nether to gather more XP by collecting quartz. And I start with protection 4, unbreaking 3 and mending, and now I have a very good chestplate. And I transform that into a netherite chestplate. To place the blast protection on my leggies. In the morning I go back in nether and I need some more XP to place on my leggies, unbreaking tree and mending. I return back in the overworld and now finally I can place unbreaking tree, place mending on that leggies. I transform that into a netherite one and now I'm full netherite. In that day I decided that I need a better sword to beat the Warden. I think sharpness 5 unbreaking tree and mending is enough for the beginning. I made a lectern and now I will try to get sharpness 5 from that villager. After some minutes I found that sharpness 5. That's literally incredible because I found that very fast. I need that sharpness 5, so I need to gather more emeralds, and a very good way to get more emeralds is to sell a lot of clay to that villagers. And I buy that sharpness 5. And to the end of the day I buy that mending. In the morning I go to collect my orc rose because I need some more emeralds to buy 2 book with unbreaking. After that I start to sell the orc crops to my villagers. After that I go to my villagers and I start to sell some clay. I sell my ore clay and I think that's enough to buy 2 book with unbreaking 2. After I gather 2 book with unbreaking 2, I made unbreaking 3 and now I need to go in nether to gather more XP by mining quartz. I return back in overworld with a lot of XP and now I can place that all enchants on my sword. The first is sharpness 5, unbreaking 3 and the last one is mending. After that, I will transform that sword into a netherite sword. And now I have a netherite sword with sharpness 5, unbreaking 3 and mending. That's a very good sword. And now I think I'm ready to beat the warden. I gather some coal and I place my potato to smelt. That's the day when I decided me to go to found Deep Dark City. I took my golden apples, I make some torches, I prepare some materials, and now I think I'm ready to go to found the Deep Dark City. And for that I go directly down in that giant mine and I will start to search for a Deep Dark City. I found some very beautiful place. Started to mine random here and I found some diamond. That's incredible. After I explored for some time in that giant cave, I found here a Deep Dark City. That's incredible and I need to beat that spider. But that's incredible. I found a deep dark city that does look like gorgeous in survival. I explore a little bit more the environment and I think that I found another deep dark city. I'm not sure about that, but I think that's another deep dark city. Prepare here a little location where I can beat the warden very easy, and firstly I will go to destroyed. I don't know exactly the name of that little thing, but that are spawn the warden. I destroy that, and that one are spawned the warden. That's not too good, and I will go very fast to the location where I say that I will beat the warden very easy. And I make here a little location where I can beat the warden in a very easy way. And now the warden are summoned and I need to go very fast to the location where I say that I will beat the warden. And he give me a lot of damage. That's literally incredible how much damage can give me that warden. And I broke the totem. That's literally incredible. And I need some block. And I block me here. That's incredible. I was very close to die. That warden is so hard to beat. I think that is not the best idea, but I will try to beat again the warden. And I beat the warden. That's incredible. But finally I beat that warden. That was a very hard battle, but I beat that warden and I didn't get any special items, but I beat the warden. That's incredible. I was very close to die because I lose my totem. I will start to collect that skull sensor, but unfortunately I didn't get that because I don't have seal touch. I think that's the problem, because I didn't get that skull sensor. I light a little bit that area, and I need a lot of more torches to light the entire deep dark city. And I need another totem to be a little bit safe here, and for that I will go back to the surface, but I will start to make another way to the surface. And I found diamond. That's literally incredible, and I took that very fast. The end of the day is here and I arrived to the surface. In the morning I start to go back to the mansion because I need another totem. I arrive back to the woodland mansion and I will start to search for an evoker. I spent the entire day by searching for an evoker, and unfortunately I don't found anyone. In that day I decided that I need a good bow. For that bow I need power 4, punch 2 and infinity. I made a lectern and now I will try to gather power 4. After some time I found power 4 and now I need some emeralds to buy that. Because I don't want to lose that raid, I will buy a bookshelf, and now I will go to make more emeralds by selling a lot of crops to my farmers. After some time I gather enough emeralds to buy that power 4, and now I will try to gather punch 2. After some time I found here infinity and I block that raid. In the morning I go to gather punch 2. I return back to my old base because I need a lot of clay. For that I go in my mine and I start to collect clay. And I fill up my entire inventory with clay. In the morning I go directly to my villagers and I start to sell the clay. I start to work on that bow. Firstly is to make punch 2, after that I'm breaking 3, and now it's probably that I need more XP to make the bow, so I go in Nether to make some XP. Because now I have enough XP to make that very good bow, I start to make that. I made the bow, I place power 4, punch 2, I'm breaking 3, and infinity on that bow, but unfortunately I need some more XP. I place infinity on that bow and now I have a very powerful bow. I took an arrow and now I think I'm ready to go to beat a raid. I found here a good village for a raid and I will start to prepare that for the raid. At the end of the day I finished to prepare that village for the raid. I found a villager outpost and now I will try to get bad omen. I found one from and I get the bad omen. I arrive back in the village and the raid are start. And here is the pillagers. And I beat the first raid very easy. And here is the raid number 2. And here is the raid number 3. And the raid are start in that part. And here is the raid. I beat the Revenger, and here is a totem. That's incredible, literally incredible. The Evoker was beat by my Iron Golem, and now I will go to took that totem very fast because I need that. Beat, and I have the totem. And I finished the raid number 5. Raid number 6. And I go very fast to took the totem. Now I have 2 totems. And the end of the day is here. Day 83. I continue the raid. And I beat the all 3 Revengers. And the raid number 7 is finishing. And I finished that raid. That's incredible, but finally I finished that raid and I have a villager hero achievement. When I arrive home, I have some very big discount. In the morning, I will try to gather seal touch from my villagers. For seal touch, but I found fortune 3 and that's a very good enchant and I will block that. I work until night and unfortunately I didn't get seal touch, but I get feather falling 4, looting 3 and fortune 3. That's another day within I will try to get seal touch from my villagers. Finally, after a lot of time, I get seal touch. Need some wood, so I start to chop down a giant tree. I go back to the deep dark city and I continue to lighting that and removing the little thing which are spawned the warden. And I start to remove the skulk strikers. And that are spawn a warden I need to run. First chest which I open. Some skulk, infinity, some snowball, and that's the whole stuff. In that day I will continue to lighting that deep dark city. And in that day I beat a warden. And he spawned another one. That's literally incredible. Another warden. I beat another warden. Found here some chest and I found Swift Snake 2. And to the end of the day, I beat another warden. And I beat that warden. In that day I decided to go back to the surface because I need more coal to make more torches. I arrive back to the surface and I will start to collect more coal. And to the end of the day I gather some coal. I return to the deep dark city and I continue to lighting that. That's very interesting, but after some time I found another structure with a skeleton head. And very close to that here is some diamonds. And to the end of the day I remove a lot of scar sensor and skulk striker. In that day I'll continue to remove more skulk strikers. After a little bit time I found more diamonds. And some more diamonds here. And I beat that warden. And I beat another warden. And another one. In that day I continue to remove more skulk strikers. Another warden are spawned and that warden are broke my one totem. And I'm very lucky because I have 2 totems in my inventory and now I need to be that very strong warden. But that one are so powerful. I hope that are respawned. And I beat that. And another one. Very close to my starter base, I found here a portal ruin, and because I need obsidian, I start to collect some. I start to make another portal because I want to travel much easier from my starter base to the deep dark city. I found my starter base portal and now I will start to work on a tunnel to the new portal. After a little bit time, I finished to make the tunnel and the portal, and that all worked perfectly. The next day, I continued to work on the tunnel. After a little bit time, I finished to make the portal from my starter base to the deep dark city. I return to my starter base, I say hi to my axolotl, and after that I go to collect my all crops. I spend the entire day by collecting and replanting my all crops, and I gather a lot of stuff. In the morning, I decide to go back to the deep dark city and to continue to light the next deep dark city. And now I will continue to light the next deep dark city. Here is a lot of skulk strikers, and that are gonna be a very hard work to remove all of them. And to the end of the day, I finish to light another big area. In the morning of that day, I decide to start to light that new deep dark city. I light a big part of that deep dark city, but I remain without coal, and for that I need to go back to the surface. And I start to search some coal. To the end of the day, I gather some coal. I return to that deep dark city with a lot of torches, and now I will continue to lighting that. And to the end of the day, I finished to light another big area of that deep dark city. In that day again, I will continue to light that deep dark city. Because I remain without coal, I return back to the surface and I will start to go to get some coal. After a little bit time, I gather a lot of coal. And after that, I continue to light that deep dark city. That was the last skulk strikers from that deep dark city, and now that deep dark city is free. I found here a lot of slime, and I start to beat that because some slime is very good, because it's possible I need some slime in the future. After that, I start to remove that water from here. And now that deep dark city is warden free. I return to the surface and I will leave my old stuff in that chest. And now I will go to collect my old crops. Unfortunately for that time I didn't have too much crops. Day 100. Because here I have too much villagers, I think it's a good idea to go to stop the farm. And I start to turn off the villager farm. I go to my giant trees and I start to chop down that because I need more space here. After sometimes I finish to chop down that old tree and I get a lot of spruce logs. To the end of day 100 I will collect my crops. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe because that will help me a lot. I was in a fabric and I wish you a legendary day.